Well, here's the money shot, guys. Best picture I could get of the plane while I was up there. And spoiler alert, I didn't get it flying. And I don't know, it may not make the best video, but it was quite an adventure for me the last couple days dealing with this thing. And it has a happy ending. And I'll just piece this thing together, and if you guys want to check it out, check it out. And at the end of it, I'll let you know where I'm going from here. All right, just pulled up here. It seems a little windier than it's been, and it's about the 4th or 5th trip I've been here. The direction looks really good, and it's supposed to be a bit windier in the next couple hours, so looking good. I'm gonna work on the road. I brought some tools to work on the road so I can get up the last leg, and I'll end up driving up there in a little bit. But I'm gonna take a quick wind measurement here. Got this El Cheapo anemometer from Amazon, but it has good reviews and it's Bluetooth, so I thought I'd give it a go. So the anemometer was 50 bucks, and it seems to be working fine, but I don't have anything to compare it to, like a known good anemometer, so I think it's probably fine, but yeah, I'll test it with something else. At this point, I was getting readings of like gusting to like 40, 41, but it would also drop down to like, 28 miles per hour, and I was still a couple hours ahead of the window. There was about a 2-hour window where it looked really good, and I was 2 hours ahead of that, starting of that window. So I had a little bit of extra time to clear the road and get set up. Well, I finally made it to the top. I about killed myself trying to clear a big rock from the middle of the road or the trail going up. It was like right in the middle, and it was hard to go around, and I started prying on it, and it just got bigger and bigger, and to the point where I couldn't, even though I got it loose, I couldn't move it by myself. So it's sticking up even more, and I managed to get around it, but it's definitely right in the way. Anyhow, I got the plane set up, and I kind of spent about 30 minutes up here just measuring the wind and kind of deciding if I was going to fly here, and it just didn't seem like enough wind. The landing zone there, there's a couple areas that you can try to land in, but you have to have good wind velocity so you can hover and try to, spot your landing. So I decided to make the hike up to Mars from there, and try my luck up there. So I used to make this hike with a plane in the air, so I'd have less to carry. Or if it was a big plane, especially, wouldn't have to carry it all the way to the top. I'm not sure I could do that now. I don't have my sea legs. I don't know if you call them sea legs when you're out here in the desert, but definitely not as sure-footed as I used to be. Direction's still looking good. Still velocity. Let's get up there. Oh man, I'm definitely out of shape. It's the last little bit to the top here. I fell a little ways back. Not all the way, but I think these glasses, since I can't see that good out of them, they're messing up my depth perception. And so I fell, and every time I catch myself, I'd still be falling down the hill.
and fortunately didn't fall and break the plane. So here's the wall that we built years ago. Woo! And set this here. Oh, brutal. All right, let's see if the wind holds out.
So I took a few minutes to catch my breath and drink some water and evaluate the wind. At this point, it was blowing about mid-30s, gusting to the mid-40s, and I'd been in the area, or I'd been out there for about an hour and a half at this point, and started taking wind measurements at the bottom and a bunch of spots along the way up to here, and it was looking promising.
I started to walk over to the landing area, which is kind of far. It's in that valley over there, and the wind started picking up. So I came back, and I just measured I don't know, like a 47, I think.
So I was getting pretty steady readings in the high 30s and gusting to the mid 40s to high 40s. And it was pretty much time to get her done.
Well, I'd really like to figure out if I can put my actual glasses on along with these, because I want to video the launch if I do it, but I really can't see that good with these on, and it kind of feels silly.
One last wind measurement before I turn everything on and get ready to fly it. At this point, man, honestly, like, I was wasted from like dealing with that rock and hiking up, and I'd been out here like 4 or 5 days already, on and on, like every other day coming out here or back to back, whatever. And I was just tired of doing it. I wanted to fly it already. First chance I got, just because it was just, monotonous chasing this thing. So once I had this wind and everything looked lined up and it looked like it was good to go, decided to make it happen.
Last minute find here, dog collar, leash or something, whatever it is. And a makeshift strap here. Goes nothing. Oh! Well, that didn't go good.
Well, there's the money shot. The best picture I could get while it was up. Yeah, that, I know you may not be able to tell from the video, but that was a launch. It just immediately went straight up as soon as I let go of it.
All right, well, I had a unsuccessful launch. Makes it easier to... Uh-oh, is that a person? No. Maybe I'm seeing things, but it looks like there was a person down there. Can't tell. Anyway, I got a little less to carry going down, and I think I'm gonna drive. I don't know how far down it went, but I'll kind of be looking as I hike down, but I think I'm gonna drive to the bottom there and try to look up and see if I can see it from the road down there.
Well, at this point, I was clearly delusional because I'm seeing people and didn't even think to like hike down thinking that the plane would be so close. So for whatever reason, I thought it's like way down the hill, and I thought, oh, I couldn't see it from where I was standing, so I figure I'll maybe get a better vantage point from the bottom, but I never could see it. I drove down there, spent about an hour hiking around, never saw it. It got dark, went home. And, I was a bit optimistic because I never heard it crash. And generally there's so many rocks and everything that when a plane goes down, you can totally hear the crunch when it hits. And I never heard it. So I thought, maybe it's in a bush or something. I don't know.
Well, I feel like I had the wind velocity. Seemed like. Oh, it's brutal. Oh, I don't want to be that guy. Oh. Well, I'm almost down to the car, and we'll go see if we can find this thing. All right, well, I could go down the back of the hill straight down there, but I have some tools up here on the road I want to pick up, a rake and a digging bar. So I'll just go down this way. Well, I'm back here the next morning, 6 o'clock, trying to beat the snakes. Even got some city boy snake boots on. G10, some strapping tape, some Velcro, and cardboard, because I'm super afraid of snakes. I brought my drone, so I'm going to try to locate it with the drone before I go down. I launched from right up there. It came over right across here and went down just right here. So see if I can't find it with this, and then I'll get it.
Well, I put the drone up and found it after a couple of minutes, and it has really good footage on it, but for the life of me, I can't figure out how to get the file size small enough to like move around and get onto my cell phone and everything. But nonetheless, I brought it up and saw the plane, and then kind of put the drone over the top of it for a while so I can kind of get a gauge on where it was, and then landed it and started the hike down.
Well, I forgot the glasses this morning, so I'm just going to use my cell phone, but the backside's really steep, so I don't want to fall. But should be right over this top of this little ridge here, somewhere in here. Not seeing it yet. It could be in that valley. There's like a little valley right on the other side of these rocks. But it's very close to here. Well, I just stumbled upon it. I thought it was more over there. I just kind of halfway fell down these rocks and there it is. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's see what we got. So far, I don't see any damage except the winglets off over there. I'm trying to look for something wrong with this side first. So far, nothing. I see some of the vortex generators are off on that side. The winglet's busted off. A little bit of rash there. That's like super small though. Wow. That's crazy. Look at this area. And it's in one piece. Incredible. So that's all that happened in a winglet. Well, sometimes you get lucky. So I didn't bring my transmitter because I thought for sure the battery would be dead. But I started wiggling the surfaces. And everything's on. So I got to get to a magnet so I can shut it off, but I'm standing here checking it and then I go, oh, hey, look, that's a wing skin, like some carnage from something. So I'm gonna grab that, bring it up. It looks like, well, I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. It looks like a dynamic, like a D80. Well, the plane has another chance, and I've really been contemplating putting a pusher prop on it and some tricycle gear and taking it out to the dry lake bed and doing some testing there. I might learn a little bit more, but after a little discussion, it does seem like it needs more nose weight. I know someone had mentioned in our RC groups, and we just had to go with what seemed like it was going to be the right CG. But the thing from here is to balance it right at the trailing edge and then get back up into the 40 mile per hour winds and then hold it just from that trailing edge center and see how it behaves, see if it wants to kind of nose up and rip out of my hand. And you know, if I'm there and it feels right, I may be inclined to throw it again with that forward CG. So we'll just have to see. And if I don't, I think I may end up putting a motor on it and taking it out to the desert. I can put some tufts on top of the wing, a small camera. I can do some taxi testing. Sometimes I'll get that thing going up 40, 50 miles an hour down the lake bed, and I can rotate onto the main gear, pitch up, and I can watch the tufts, and we can see if things are detaching and things like that. So we'll see where we go from here. But next thing is to move the CG forward. And I know someone had mentioned it on the groups, and they're probably pretty well spot on with what they were saying. So we'll go there next. I'm also going to be painting the tools to build a second one, because I know I'll need another one. I should need another one already, but got super lucky. Well, I'll get back to work and
give you guys an update soon.